Alright guys, here's one of the problems I want to go through. Illustrating it on Geogebra, then coming back and showing you how I build it, so you can learn some Geogebra skills. Okay. The question says there's a line, 3x plus y equals -4, or 3x plus y plus 4 equals 0, and there's a point on that line which is the same distance from this point at -5, 6, and at the same uh, distance from this point 3, 2. So here's what I get. I put a point on this line, and I measured the distance from that point to both of these points, A and B, A and C as it were, okay? And I measured the distance, and I see I'm driving this point along this line until I can figure out where this is going to be at an equal distance. So it seems like it's closing in, and we're going to find that it is exactly at -2, 2, which is the answer to that question. So the point on the line, uh, 3x plus y equals -4, that is equidistant from -5, 6 and 3, 2, is the point -2, 2. Okay? So let us discuss in GeoGebra how we constructed that. Let me freeze this for a minute. Okay, so here I'm back, and I've gone to geogebra.org, and we're going to look at the updated version, which is the one here, GeoGebra Geometry, as opposed to Classic. Okay, so let's look at that and see. Click that to start it up, and it's online tool, so give it a chance to warm up, and um, we will then build this and show you how we do build this. Okay, so here's the screen, which is pretty well blank right here. Okay, your toolbars are over here, but there's a lot more. Okay, there's a lot more, obviously. Okay, and there's menu items that drop down here. Okay, and there's a input item that's right here, so um, we can type in right now the line 3x plus y plus 4 equals 0. So there's that line, and of course we don't see any settings on that. So we click over here, as you can see, this item right here, settings, and we'll show the grid, which is like that, and we will show the axes as well. Okay, so there's our line in question. Okay, next thing we want to do is we want to put a point on that line, which is free to move. So we come back here to our tools, click on, and we're going to see, the thing is, if I put a point and say, yeah, that point's on that line, okay, well, and then I go and say, well, can I move that point? Well, maybe it looks like I can, all right, but there's also another way of doing that, just in case in other instances you can't do that. So I'm going to go back, and we're going to show you how to put a point on a line, just in case you have to do it at another time. Okay, so I'm just going to click and show you how to do that. Okay, what I can do is come over here, okay, and yeah, right here, this point is listed here. I can choose to turn that off. Okay, uh, and I can even choose to delete that right there with that option. Okay, so I'm going to show you, using the tools, another safer way to put a point, and it's coming down here, some additional tools here. Okay, and there's more tools down here. Okay, so here's the point tool, and here's a point on the object tool. Okay, so that's a better tool to use, so we're going to use that. So when we click on that, it tells you select the object, and then there's your point. Now that point is, again, free to move around. Free to move around. Okay, any which way we want. Okay. Now, the other points that we had to put on there, I'm going to have to recall what they were, so I'm going back and I'm going to open up that previous dialog. It's -5, 6, and 3, 2. Okay, so that's -5, 6, and 3, 2. So I want to put those points in. Now, how I put those points in is right here, okay? Right here. Okay, so now I can come in as an input and just put it in. Negative, I think it was -5, 6. Okay, enter that, and then 3, 2 was my other point. 3, 2. All right, and that's the second point. All right, so the objective now, again, opening up my tools once more, getting my arrow, is to figure out when this point A is at the same distance from B as it is from C. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and choose this tool from the basic tools. That's the segment. I'm going to draw from A to C. I'm going to draw from A to B, and I'm going to then go to my measuring tool, and my measure tool is going to say, okay, measure the length, and I'm going to click on that. It's going to tell me what that length is. It's 9.4 at present. I'm going to click on this. It's going to tell me what that length is. Okay. If you are so inclined to want to move those measured values, you can. Just click the arrow and move them. Now, we are left with driving this, okay, driving this point A along, maybe it's up here, okay, until those two distances are equal. And when we get right here at right here, which is -2, 2, that's the point. Now, maybe you want to see the coordinates of that, okay? Maybe you want to see the coordinates of all those points. So I'm going to select them. And I believe with the shift key, I can select multiple objects, okay? I can select multiple objects, I'm sorry, with the control key. This is the control key. I'm selecting multiple objects. Then I'm going to right-click to choose from settings, and within the settings, I'm going to choose show label and value, name and value, okay? And name and value or value. Okay, it looks like showing the value is an option that puts those the value is the best way, the best approach. So with the value shown, I can see those points. Also, maybe you wanted to see the equation of this line. So again, settings, okay, show, drop down arrow, value, and then we have the equation of that line. Okay, so there is a reasonable way. Close these windows out. Okay, what you want to do moving forward with some of the exercises is you want to do a screen capture of this. So, you know, your screen capture technique is going to be different than mine since I'm not on a Chromebook. But, okay, you want to do a screen capture and also put that image onto a document that you're going to have as in your Google Drive. So we will address how that is done. Okay. In class, all right. There's also another idea. This is one I want to present to you as well as another option, Okay, I'm just going to say, I'm going to move this point out of the way, and I'm going to say, I also have, as another method of finding that point, is to draw the segment containing these 2 points, okay, and then find the midpoint of that, okay, and the midpoint is going to be from this construction, midpoint, okay, find the midpoint of that segment, okay, and then draw through that the perpendicular bisector. That's the construct tool, perpendicular line, which will tell you select the point and select the line, okay. So select the point D and select the line, and the perpendicular is drawn, okay. And now I want to find the point of intersection. That's a point, so it's in the point major classification of tools, and it's here, the intersection, which if I click is to select the intersection of 2 objects successfully, okay? So you have to select the 2 objects, the 2 lines, the line 3x plus y equals -4, and the line here, and that's our point E, and coincidentally enough, that point E is also the point on the line which is equidistant from those 2 points. So in other words, okay, the perpendicular bisector contains the point that is equidistant from these 2 points, point B and point C, and it's the intersection of the perpendicular bisector with this segment which is going to find that point in question. So that's your tutorial on GeoGebra, as well as some coordinate geometry for you. Okay? And that should do it.